Welcome to podcast number 8, or I'm sorry, podcast number 9, where we're going to be discussing managing the stress and designing your greatest life. I'm super excited to be here today. I just want to talk about this because it is Stress Awareness Day. It is actual day that is scheduled for every first Wednesday of November, and that's this November. So I want to talk about the impacts of stress on our lives at work, at home, and on our own personal development. Welcome to the episode number 9 of Empowerment Tea, where we stay encouraged daily as we stop settling in all areas of our life, right? As we design our greatest life. I am your host, Charlene Harry, the energetic engineer, two-time author, and mental resilience speaker. And today we're diving into the layers of stress during this time of the year. And I'm actually drinking some of my empowerment tea today. And it's not just my encouragement tea that I drink daily. It's actually for me because I'm not feeling well. I don't know if you can hear it in my nasals, but I'm just getting over a cold and I'm drinking some tea to help with that. But here's the truth. Even when we've dedicated our life to stop settling and designing our greatest life, that doesn't mean that the stress will disappear, you know? But what it does give us is an ability to identify how we can manage the stress and how we can basically respond to it more effectively. So I'm going to drink some of my tea before I get started. Sometimes the very things that are supposed to bring us joy can also bring us anxiety. Stress Awareness Day, this Wednesday, like I said, is here to remind us to take a moment to pause and consider, okay, the common causes of stress. Could it be work expectations? I mean, I love my work, but at some times I can feel stressful about it. And even in the season that we're in, could it be the holiday hustle of holiday season? And then there's relationship dynamics. Did you know that according to the World Health Organization, mental health issues cost the global economy over $1 trillion each year? $1 trillion each year is what it's costing us um, in lost productivity. But this isn't just about economic numbers. It's about each of us recognizing the real impact untreated mental health challenges can have on our personal lives, on our relationships, whether it be at work, whether it be at home, and on the productivity that we see at work or that we see at home, which is why I am the founder of the LinkedIn newsletter called Progressive Productivity. It is so important that we understand there are so many ways that we can become more productive in the way that we do things. And so that's why I wrote that article or write those newsletters. The problem isn't that there isn't a solution that doesn't exist, it's that the stigma often stems from people not reaching out for help, not reaching out for support, even when they need it the most. I'm telling you right now, if you're paying more than $700 for your family for healthcare insurance, there's no need. You need to give me a call. All right. And I can help you save you 30 to 50% on your healthcare costs. There are times where we know that our communication with working with someone is not working. And instead of trying to connect with someone that can help us through that communication, we still keep going through that communication like it's going to change. There is a need for us to exercise the support that we need. And it is available to us, but we're not exercising the action to say, this is what I need. So this Stress Awareness Day, let's make a commitment to challenge this stigma for ourselves and for others. If we know we need help, let's seek the help. It is okay to ask for help. So many of us, especially Black women, feel like we don't need to ask for help because we can do it. But then we burn ourselves out and become stressed in the process. If you know that you can do it, guess what, my friend? Someone else can do it too. Sometimes we need to be able to ask for the help and the support in order for us to get there. So I'm encouraging you this Wednesday, the first Wednesday of every November, that we take action to see if someone needs help to help them, and if we need help to ask for that help and support. Imagine if we all made the shift to view mental health. It's just very dear to my heart. I just like this topic because so many of us aren't really making sure we get the support for it. But if we viewed it as an essential success, as essential to success, something we would invest in without hesitation, I believe that we would be so much better off as a society. That's where the access to real and supportive resources becomes vital. This Stress Awareness Day, let's rethink stress management. With healthcare costs becoming a major burden, I talk about that a lot. It's time to get a quick quote, and get it from us, get it from someone else, and discover if affordable healthcare options that prioritize your mental and physical well being, because high medical bills shouldn't be an addition to your stress. That's my stake on it. Stress can manifest, though, in so many different ways. It can be seen through fatigue. Somebody's really tired. It can seen through irritability. Somebody's very, nasty or short with you. It can be seen through difficulty concentrating, just hard to focus, or, veering here and veering there, not staying on the topic. And even in physical symptoms like headaches, which I've experienced some this week, or muscle tension. It's important to know the signs. So when you see these signs occurring in your own life, take a moment to pause and think about how you can address those signs. Don't ignore them, because it's just going to add to the stress that you have. Early awareness and action can prevent these signs from spiraling into larger mental health issues. It's kind of, I want you to think about like it's there, but you don't address it. And then there's another one and it just keeps growing. And it's like, it becomes so big, it becomes a major mental health issue where you find yourself in the hospital. This is what we want to prevent. We don't want to get to that point. And one hidden contributor that shouldn't be overlooked is the financial stress, especially from high medical bills, medical costs that have become a huge source of stress for many, especially as the end of the year approaches. And with open enrollment here, which means it's prime time for you to consider your healthcare options that won't break the bank or create added pressure to the months to come. Stress isn't just about the financial burden, though. It's also about the emotional burden. It affects our health, it affects the productivity and long-term well-being for ourselves and our circle. Okay, so from lost productivity to mounting medical bills, okay, the financial toll of stress can add up quickly and fast. As we get serious about stop settling on our mental health, which is what I am passionate about, let's start by addressing what may be the simple fix. And that might be finding healthcare support that doesn't break the bank. It might be seeking out a mental therapist or a psychologist, or a workout plan to help with the stress, or a holistic way to handle the headaches. It's time to identify what we can do when we see the signs of stress appearing in our lives. And that's my challenge for you. I often, in my book, Stop Settling, You Were Designed for Greatness, Chapter 9 talks about managing the stress. And I dive into techniques for managing and dissolving the stress. And today I do want to share a few of those with you. One that I love is, I say it all the time, it's one of my quotes: cancel the subscription to anxiety if you want to find peace. Just like you would unsubscribe from emails that clutter your inbox, or consider unsubscribing, I want you to consider unsubscribing from thought patterns and obligations. I'm going to say that again. Unsubscribe from thought patterns that you're having in your head that nothing is going to change. This is why my company, Exponential Energy, the slogan is elevate your expectations. I want you to unsubscribe from the thought patterns that there's nothing that can change, that this is the way it has to be. I want you to Unsubscribe from obligations that bring unnecessary stress on your life. Do not take on a task that you know is going to cause you more stress because they know that you can get it done quickly. Or, I mean, the person that's supposed to do it is not going to do it the way you wanted to do it. So you do. Don't do that. You're just adding on to the stress and you're not helping them by how to do the task correctly or to the standards of the mission. Number 2 is I want you to think about something that I heard Wayne Dyer say. It's one of, I wish I could be mentored by him. No one can create negativity or stress within you. Did you hear that? He says, no one can create negativity or stress within you. Only you can do that by virtue of how you process your world. Take a step back and observe where your responses are to situations. Those responses may actually be intensifying the stress that you are experiencing. And I challenge you to your internal dialogue around the challenges and you can shift the whole experience. So if someone is very upset and irate and yelling at you, naturally, as a chameleon that I am, I may want to yell back at them and give them what they are giving me. But we know that that's just going to create more stress. And I am aware that that doesn't solve the problem. That's not progressive productivity. That is me just going along with what is being given to me. So I challenge you not only to cancel from the thought patterns that are not supporting your goals and visions, but I challenge you to rethink how you could respond to those stressful situations that you may be in and experience. And then number 3 is one that I love, right? Build moments throughout your day that bring calmness into your day. The opposite of stress is calm, right? Like I'm cool, man, cool, right? So bring the opposite of stress into your day. Build it in to your day. I have a chapter in this book called The Emotional Roller Coaster. And it's about managing your emotions, right? And how you can build out your own roller coaster track, right? You're going up, how can you bring it down? So build in moments in your day that bring in calmness, like taking a few deep breaths, taking a moment of silence, especially when you know you're about to get stressed or when you're experiencing that stress. It could be a way to respond. When you're thinking about how you could better respond to the stress in your life, take a few deep breaths, take a moment of silence or walk away, take a quick walk outside. Being outside in nature is very powerful and it can go a long way to clearing your mind. Creating mini stress breaks throughout your day builds that resilience for when things get rough and tough. So plan for a moment or moments in your day where you are taking concentrated deep breaths, where you are taking concentrated moments of silence, and when you're actually walking out in nature, if you can do that. Addressing stress holistically requires support, okay? And that is why, that is exactly what I'm aiming to help provide with our healthcare services. My company offers affordable mental health focused solutions tailored for individuals, families, business owners, and even seniors. So take this step in making a significant difference in your life or both your financial and mental well-being by getting a quote from us or looking into your options during this open enrollment season. This Stress Awareness Day, take one action that we've talked about today, whether it be building out calmness into your day, whether canceling the subscription, or whether it be recognizing how you are actually responding in stressful moments. Do that. Take one action this Wednesday or throughout the week, and start by getting a free quote from us to explore healthcare options that align with your needs so that your medical costs are one less thing for you to worry about. I want to thank you so much for joining us today on episode number 9. I can't believe it. I've got 4 more to go on managing the stress and designing your greatest life. Thank you for tuning into the Empowerment Tea podcast. I truly hope you are encouraged by what you've heard today. And remember, designing your greatest life doesn't mean eliminating the stress. Okay, you might get sick. You still got to figure out how you're going to deal with it. You might get into an argument. You still got to learn how to manage it. It means learning to manage it with intention. Okay, and resilience. So make the time this week to prioritize your wellness and your well-being. And I'm wishing you nothing but best as you design your greatest life today and every day after. Cheers.